And welcome to the D3Hoops.com Classic from Las Vegas. I'm Dave McHugh, and I'm now joined by Clark men's basketball coach Paul Phillips after their come-from-behind victory against Colorado to end day one. And yeah, almost a tale of two halves. Right. The first half, you guys really seemed to be struggling. Colorado College seemed to have the edge inside and outside. Yeah. It's like you guys turned the switch at halftime.
You know, I'm not a coach. You know, I'm probably the last guy to make excuses. You know, like anybody, we've been off for a long time. We've only had 4 practices, 2 before Christmas, 2 after, huge cobwebs. But you know, Dave, I can take all that, and I said to you before we came on the air, we didn't play with any passion, any fire, any energy in the first half. So our halftime speech was a little vocal, would be a nice way to say it. And, you know, win or lose, I thought that we really played harder than we had in the first half for sure. Yeah. And I thought we controlled the tempo. I got real nervous with about 7 minutes left. We cut it to 2, came down, missed. They came down and stuck a 3, and they called a timeout, and our guys were walking to the huddle. Yeah. And it looked like their tails were between their legs, so we had to have another little vocal discussion. And then, the Prado and Musler, our 2 fifth-year players, were huge down the stretch, but all the kids really played well and got big rebounds. You know, we talk about some categories, and we really wanted to get more offensive rebounds than them and limit them to, and we did that. Get to the free throw line more than them, we did that, and try to create some turnovers and have more than, them have more than us. We did that. You know, it's great when it works.
Yeah, when it works.
When it works, it's great.
24 points in the first half, down 8. You score 47 in the second half to
win. It's all coaching.
Yeah, so the 16-point swing there, certainly big. And you point out the guys. I mean, DePrado with 19 points as a starter. Huffman comes off the bench with 19 points, basically playing starters minutes. And Musler and Mercer, of course, contributed double digits as well.
Huffman, I think he would be starting all the time. I love him because he gives us like Energizer Bunny off the bench. So he never starts, and he understands the role, he embraces the role, and he does a great job. At halftime, Musler's got 1 basket, DePrado's got 1 basket. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I lit into both of them, and they can take it, and and they got to be the 2 I got to go after. You know what I mean? And they really turned it up in the second half.
You play these guys. You'll play Hanover in a couple days. This will air between. What do you take from these 2 games? Your next on the docket is MIT. Yeah. Certainly has size. Colorado had size. Right. Hanover is going to bring in a different mentality as well. What are you going to be able to take from these games before you hit into the NEWMAC Conference action?
We told our kids that this is not a tournament to us, a holiday tournament. This is NEWMAC games right now. And I said, these 2 games will get us very ready for what you're going to face. And I said, and guess what? We have teams better than who we're going to face the next. That's no knock on Colorado. That's no knock on Hanover, right? I said, playing an arena like this, I said, I need you guys to play like it's the last game of your life. It should be like a NCAA atmosphere for you, minus the crowd control, you know what I mean? Minus the crowd. And I thought, in the second half, that's the kind of competing we have to do for us to have any chance of being successful in NEWMAC.
In your 17 years, 2 different stints with the school, you've certainly seen a lot in the NEWMAC. You've seen some good teams, including your own, who've represented certainly well in the NCAA tournament, getting pretty far, even to the Final Four on several occasions. The NEWMAC nowadays, you usually get 1 or 2 good teams. This is a deep conference.
Yeah. Last year,
how do you see this stacking up?
Last year we had 4 teams went to the NCAA, which is a real tribute to our league, and great for those kids and those coaches. It was last year. It was like the other teams were all saying it was like A and B league. Yeah. We were in the B league. Yeah. I told you again that we were voted tied for 8th place this year, and you know what? I voted us 8th place. Also, I did. I'm very realistic on that. And I said to our kids, I didn't do it so we'd end up 8th. I said, guys, and I told them, I said, I voted us 8th because we haven't proven anything. We have to play with a chip on our shoulder. And a lot of kids didn't even understand what that meant.
Sure.
And I had to explain it. I said, you have to go into every game and make it a war. And we've had some good games this year. We played Middlebury. It was very good for the NESCAC. We're down 16. We cut it to 11. We're up 3 with 1:13, and we lose. Yeah. But our kids, they're big. We out-rebounded them. We had more offensive rebounds. We got to the free. This is how we have to play. They're a real scrappy group. real scrappy.
When you look at this new MAC, MIT, WPI, who's basically across the street from you guys, even Coast Guard at the bottom is tough. Emerson's a well-coached squad.
Sure.
Springfield, Coach Brock's going to have the best out of it. I mean, I could go through the whole conference, and I already did when I talked to Coast Guard earlier this season. Is this a free-for-all type conference? Is it a pick-em?
Right now I would, and I'm not sandbagging. The two top teams are Babson and WPI, right? And that's no knock on Springfield, no knock on MIT, and certainly no knock on Emerson, Coast Guard, or Wheaton, right? But I really believe that it's going to be a dogfight, right? I don't believe that anyone's going to run the table, right? And it wouldn't shock me at all that a lot of teams split, right? And we had 3 wins last year. We're keeping our goals realistic. We're trying to get that 5th spot. We're trying to make it in the playoffs, right? And then trying to get better with every game.
Back here, you'll get a day off before you play Hanover. What are the plans? What do you got for the team?
We talked about going to the Hoover Dam, right? And we'd really like to be able to do that with the kids. We're fortunate that we have a lot of parents here, right? So the parents want to do things with the kids and have to spend some time with them. Some of these kids live a distance, so it's the only time they get a chance to really be with their parents during the school year. Early breakfast tomorrow, practice, between 3 and 4:30. And then tomorrow, we'll hopefully do something with them. It's nice. My wife's on a trip for the first time ever.
Oh boy.
She's been on a trip, but it really is kind of fun for the kids to see me in a different light with my wife and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for coming out to the tournament. We certainly appreciate it. Great game against Colorado College.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing how you guys do against Hanover. Great to see you as well. Coach Phillips here from Clark, and more from the D3Hoops.com Classic in Las Vegas throughout the weekend.